Hi, my name is Carolina Brandani. I'm a soil scientist and I have been working as a postdoctoral research associate with the Sustainable Southwestern Beef Project. Today I'm going to talk about the overview of soil health in New Mexico Rangelands. The concept of soil quality, soil health, was developed in response to public demand for an increased emphasis on sustainability and to a recognition by the scientific community that soil management could be improved using a more holistic and integrative approach to soils. In 1997, Soil Society of America published the definition of soil quality or soil health that was defined as the capacity of a specific kind of soil to function within natural or managed ecosystem boundaries to sustain plant and animal productivity, maintain or enhance water and air quality, and support human health and habitation. Similar concerns resulted in the development of rangeland health that is defined as the degree to which the integrity of the soil and the ecological process of rangeland ecosystem are sustained. Rangeland monitoring and assessment systems have traditionally focused heavily on plant community, composition, and productivity. In the last 2 decades, interest in rangeland health and a growing recognition of the importance of soil vegetation feedbacks in structuring rangelands have led to a renewed interest in integrating soil information into rangeland monitoring and management. Soil health integrates physical, chemical, and biological variables and have as a key driver the soil carbon that is linked to almost all measures of soil quality. Special attention has been given to the biological variables since they have fast responses to changes, to shifts in the plant soil systems. Also, soil health is absolutely connected to profit because when you have healthy soils, it produces more forage and consequently you can run more cattle and you increase your revenue. In addition, management practices to improve soil health influence several ecosystem services, including of water flows, changes in soil biodiversity, and greenhouse gas emissions. There are 4 broadly accepted principles to sustainably maintain or improve soil health that are increase plant diversity, reduce soil disturbance, extend the period of active plant growth, and maintain soil cover, which all have corresponding rangeland assessment indicators. However, rangeland health protocols are not a comprehensive tool, and there are many other aspects related to soil health, such as spatial dynamics of nutrient availability, organic matter availability, and microbiological activity that we cannot fully address with the rangeland health approach, but that could be potentially be incorporated as an additional indicator. Therefore, this should be seen as a starting point of an interactive process that will ultimately depend on management and research objectives. Derner and co-authors stated that the current soil health renaissance provides an opportunity to integrate connections of rangeland health indicators to soil health and to expand the use of soil health indicators on pastures. These soil health principles were developed primarily for agricultural systems, with all roots in cropland management. Yet they are relevant to most soils and also apply to rangelands. However, there are concerns regarding the application of these 4 soil principles to rangeland ecology and management amongst resource professionals and managers of private, public, or public rangelands, which has challenged grazeland professionals to access the applicability of these principles to their natural resource concerns and has demanding some adjusting to the rangeland soil plant system. Other relevant aspect is the importance of state transition models in defining opportunities to integrate rangeland health indicators in support of soil health program development, application, and assessment. In this way, state and transition models could be used to help focus conservation resources on those areas at highest risk of degradation or with the greatest potential for recovery. The diversity of native plants on rangeland sites contributes to the maintenance and enhancement of above and below ground biological interactions that keep the ecological interactions. Soil health management in the semi-arid region is also a challenge. In the hot, dry environment, low inherent fertility soils, low annual total precipitation limits plant biomass production and nutrient cycling. And how can we minimize the weather extremes? Protecting the soil surface, increasing soil organic matter, increasing soil microbial community, decreasing disturbance to the naturally occurring biological system, which all have a strict relationship with soil health principles. In this context, the Sustainable Southwestern Beef Project team has planned to conduct 2 soil studies focused in evaluating concerns regarding soil health in desert rangelands. The first is related to the ecosystem integrity around watering points, usually called as Piospheres. And the second study is about the use of manure application on New Mexico rangeland. Piospheres describe herbivoral utilization gradients around watering points as commonly found in grass-dominated ecosystems. In arid and semi-arid rangelands, livestock utilization gradient around watering points are commonly used to investigate the ecological effects of grazing on the biotic and abiotic environment. These called Piospheres are ideal model systems to understand the interplay between grazing, vegetation, and the abiotic environment, and can be used to guide range management with respect to landscape functionality and rangeland productivity. Biosphere can also be understood as a spatially concentrated form of land degradation. It derives from a radial symmetry of ecological impacts around watering points or similar animal concentration. This figure in the the right side, it's from Hess and co-authors. They show in this aerial imagery and correlated with the relative frequency of different vegetation composition as the distance to the watering point. And it's very clear the difference as far as you are from drinkers. Our team is planning to conduct this kind of study in the college range, and the overall objective is to describe plant species composition along the grazing gradients from watering points, and also to assess the relationship between the plant species and soil health variables and distance from watering points. The second study is about the use of manure application on New Mexico rangelands. Recently, Dr. Spiegel and co-authors published the manuscript Manure Shed, Advancing Nutrient Recycling in U.S. Agriculture, which had the objective of developing and disseminating the concept of manure sheds. But beyond this idea, they highlight the great potential of the United States of reusing manure as nutrient source. In New Mexico, manure disposal is a major challenge for the fast-growing dairy and beef industry. And interest in land application of organic amendments such as biosolids, composts, and manures is growing due to their potential to increase soil carbon and help mitigate climate change, as well as support soil health and regenerative agriculture. While organic amendments are predominantly applied to croplands, their application is increasingly proposed on relatively arid rangelands that do not typically receive fertilizers and other inputs, creating unique concerns for outcomes such as soil properties, native plant diversity, and water quality. The application of beef manure to rangelands could serve a dual purpose. The first, manure disposal from feedlots, and the second, soil amendment to improve soil characteristics and promote forage production in arid rangeland sites. Cabrera and co-authors evaluated the application of 2 doses of dairy manure on a blue grama rangeland in New Mexico. They found that the recommended rate of 54 kilograms of phosphorus per hectare, that was the lowest dose as a soil amendment, is a promising practice to enhance rangeland soil and runoff properties and to dispose unweighted manure. The application at this recommended rate did not promote increased runoff salinity, runoff phosphorus, soil salinity, or soil sodium. Also, another study evaluating 92 studies in a global meta-analysis, which had organic amendments added to arid, semi-arid, or Mediterranean rangelands. On average, the authors found that organic amendments provide some environment benefits, such as increased soil carbon, soil water holding capacity, above ground net primary productivity, and plant tissue nitrogen, and decreased runoff quantity. However, some environment harms were also found, such as increased concentrations of soil lead, runoff nitrate, and runoff phosphorus, and increased soil CO2 emissions. In this way, to maximize environmental benefits and minimize potential harms, our project intends to better understand how soil and plant communities respond to beef manure amendments in arid rangelands. Thanks for your attention, and I would be very happy to discuss more about this topic on November 12 in the discussion section of the Jornada Virtual Symposium. Thank you.